Everyone. Today I am going to discuss about stack in data structure. So in this video I will going to discuss about what is stack, its introduction, then applications of stack, then what are the different types of arithmetic notations, then I will discuss about one of the application of stack, that is evaluation of postfix expression. So stack is a linear data structure. Linear data structure means sequential data structure. That means the elements are arranged in a sequential manner. So what is stack? Stack is a linear data structure in which the insertion and deletion both takes place at one end. That is the top of the stack. That means the elements that are inserted in the stack that are removed in just the reverse order of the stack. It also follows LIFO structure, that is last in first out. That means the item just inserted is deleted first. That means, for example, we will take an example of a stack of plates keeping on the table. The last plate I have inserted is to be deleted first or is to be removed first. Generally, there are two basic operations in stack, and in later I will discuss about what are the two basic operations. First one is your push operation and second one is your pop operation. So push operation means in this operation we used to insert an element in the stack, and pop operation means we used to delete an element from the stack. These are the two basic operations. So before going to discuss about these two types of operation, first of all let me tell about two types of situation. First one is stack overflow situation and second one is stack underflow situation. So stack overflow situation means whenever the stack is full and we want to insert an element in the stack, in the full stack, then an error occurs and that error is known as stack overflow. As you can see in the diagram, the stack is already full. The stack contains elements A, B, C, D and E. If we want to push F on that stack, then the error occurs and that error is known as the overflow error and the situation is known as overflow condition. Similarly, another situation comes here, that is stack underflow. That means if the stack is empty and we want to delete an element, then one error occurs and that error is known as stack underflow error. As you can see in the diagram, the stack is empty, there is no element in the stack, and still in that situation if we want to delete any element from that stack, then the error which occurs, that is known as stack underflow. Then we go for our push operation. So as I had said earlier that push operation means we want to insert an element on the stack. So to insert an element in the stack, first we have to check a situation which is known as stack overflow. Means I have to check whether the stack is full or not. If the stack is full, then we cannot insert an element in the stack. If the stack is not full, then the top is incremented by 1. We can clearly understand this concept by seeing this diagram. As you can see in the diagram, first when the stack is empty, then the top is -1, means there is no element in the stack. Whenever we want to add an element, as here we have added the element A, then the top is 0. Previously it was -1, now it is 0. Again we have added another element B. Now the top is 1. Again we have added another element C. Now the top is 2. Another element added, that is D. Now the top is 3. And now the stack is full. Now we cannot apply push operation onto the stack. And this is overall the push operation. Whenever we want to push an element or insert an element in the stack, then the push operation occurs. Then we go for pop operation. As I have already earlier said that whenever we want to delete an element from the stack, then that operation is known as pop operation. So before going to perform any pop operation, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. Means top equal to -1 or not. If top equal to -1, then the error occurs and which is known as stack underflow error. That means if the stack is empty, how we can remove an element from that stack, and that kind of error is known as stack underflow error. If stack underflow error occurs, then we cannot perform any pop operation. Otherwise, the top will be decremented by 1, and we can understand this concept by seeing this example. So in this example, as you can see in the diagram, this is a full stack, means 4 elements are there and top is 3. Top is at 3 position. If we want to remove an element, that is first step, we have first remove the element D from here. So now the top is 2. Next we have deleted the element C from here, and now the top is 1. Then we have deleted the element B from here. Now the top is 0. And lastly we have deleted the element A from here, and the top is now -1. Now the stack is empty, and in this way the pop operation goes through. Last part, the stack is empty and we cannot move for further, and here the underflow situation occurs. Now we will discuss about different applications of stack. First application is recursion process uses stack for its implementation. Second application is quicksort uses stack for sorting the elements. Third is evaluation of arithmetic expression. Under that, what we do, conversion from infix to postfix expression, evaluation of postfix expression, conversion from infix to prefix expression, and evaluation of prefix expression. Another application of stack is backtracking, and the last one is history of web browsing. These are the different kinds of applications of stack. In this video, I only discuss about evaluation of postfix expression. So before going to discuss about evaluation of postfix expression, let me first discuss what are the different kinds of arithmetic notations are there. There are 3 kinds of arithmetic notation. Second one is prefix notation, and third one is postfix notation. That means the arithmetic expression can be done by using these 3 kinds of notation, that is infix, prefix and postfix. So before going to discuss about how to evaluate the postfix expression using stack, let me first discuss what is infix, what is prefix and what is postfix expression. First one is infix notation. So the conventional way of writing any expression is known as infix notation. In this notation, here in between the operands, operator lies. As you can see here, in between the 2 operands, operator lies. Like for example, A plus B. Here A is an operand, B is an operand, and plus is the operator. Generally we usually write in this manner only, and this is called infix because the operator comes in between the operands. That's why this is known as your infix notation. Next comes your prefix notation. Prefix means the operator lies before the 2 operands. As you can see here, the operator lies before the 2 operands. Means first the operator comes, then the 2 operands comes. So now I have to write this A plus B into prefix notation like this. Means first the operator plus comes, then A plus B comes. If I write C minus D infix notation, so how will it convert? First minus comes, then CD comes. This is the prefix notation. And like this. Third one is postfix notation. In this notation, the operator lies after the operands. As you can see here, first operand, then the operator. So in example, I can write it this like A plus B can be written as A, B plus. A plus B can be written as AB plus, or I can write in this manner also. If I write C minus D, I can write C minus D as CD minus. Here in the tabular format, I have shown the infix notation, postfix notation and prefix notation. A plus B can be written as AB plus and plus AB. Like this, A plus B into C, this can be written as postfix expression like I can see here. A plus B into C. So first we have to evaluate this B into C. I have to write B, C into, then A. So final result will be A, B, C into then plus. If we convert this A plus B into C to prefix expression, how we will convert? A plus B into C. So I have to write like this, B, C into then A, then plus. This is the equivalent prefix expression of this infix notation. Then the evaluation of postfix expression means in this video I will going to discuss about the evaluation of postfix expression using stack. So for this the algorithm is, first I have to add a right parenthesis at the end of the P. Then scan P from left to right, means all the symbols that are present in P or the expression, postfix expression, that are scanned from left to right until the right parenthesis is encountered. Then if the operand is encountered, then put it on the stack. If any operator is encountered, then repeatedly pop two elements from the stack. Here the top element is known as A and B is the next to top element. Then you have to evaluate B operator A, and finally we have to put the result onto the stack. In this manner we have to evaluate the postfix expression. We can better understand it by seeing an example. Here you can see the postfix expression is 5, 6, 2 plus into 12, 4, division symbol, then minus. So to evaluate the postfix expression, I have to make two columns. First column is symbol scan and second column is stack. We have to scan the symbols from left to right. For this, first symbol is 5. So 5 is the operand, put it on the stack. Next is 6. 6 is an operand, put it on the stack. Next symbol is 2. 2 is an operand, put it on the stack. Next comes plus. So plus is a operator. So whenever the operator comes, we have to pop off two elements from the stack. So the two elements are 2 and 6. So 2 equal to A and 6 equal to B. So we have to perform B operator A. That means 6 plus 2. The result is 8. We have to put 8 on the stack. Next comes multiplication symbol. Again, multiplication is an operator. So we have to pop two elements from the stack, and the two elements are A equal to 8, B equal to 5. So B multiplication A, that means 5 multiplication 8, that is 40. So we have to put 40 onto the stack. Next comes 12. 12 is an operand, then we have to put it on the stack. Next comes 4. 4 is an operand, put it on the stack. Next comes division symbol. Again we have to put two elements from the stack. Here A equal to 4, B equal to 12. So we have to operate B operator A. 12 divided by 4, that is 3. We have to put 3 onto the stack. Next one is minus. Minus is again an operator. We have to put again the two top elements from the stack. So 40, A equal to 3, B equal to 40. We have to evaluate B operator A. That means 40 minus 3 equal to 37. So final result is 37. Last, right parenthesis is encountered, no symbol is there, so the final result is 37. So in this way we have evaluated the postfix expression. Thank you.